Hi, I'm Alma Odametey. I'm a senior manager in the US UK tax team, and we're here today at our Grace Church Street studios, a bit different from the normal day-to-day tax life, to discuss your experiences over the past year since joining Blick Rothenberg. Ina, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, yes, my name is Yagor. I am a qualified tax technician and enrolled agent, specializing in personal tax. I joined Blick Rothenberg just over 4 months ago as assistant tax manager in high net worth UK US team. It's been an amazing experience so far.
Good, we'll get into that. And what about you, Gabriele?
Hi, my name is Gabriele Palumbo. I joined Blick Rothenberg a couple of months ago. I'm an enrolled agent. I work in a UK-US department as a tax preparer, tax assistant.
So, Gabriele, how have you found joining?
Oh, good morning, everyone. I'm very well. It was a very nice call, one of the best calls of my life, I have to say, because the first time that I was in contact with staff at Blick Rothenberg, I decided that I wanted to apply for the role. And the first time, I've been working in this industry since 2019, and I wanted to move to London in a well-known firm, and where I had the opportunity to progress with my career. And when the guys, the recruitment guys, called me for the interview, was immediately. I understand that this was a very big deal for a guy starting working in this environment since a couple of years, and not a very experienced guy. It was great because the environment here, it's very mixed, and we have a lot of culture, a lot of guys coming from different nations, different countries, and this is definitely a plus.
Great.
Yeah, it was. Right now, working related, I have to say that the start was pretty smooth, and I didn't have any issues in facing with new challenges of a new role for a new entry.
So do you feel challenged, like, since you joined? Have you had different experiences, or did it meet your expectations, really?
Oh, definitely. Everything was as I expected, because basically what I really wanted, it was to face new challenges, as I said, but at the same time having a new touch from a different perspective, because I was working in the same business but in a different firm.
Yeah, so in the US UK tax team, I'm sure there's quite a few around the UK, and every experience is very different, depending on what firm you go to and what team you're in. How about you, Ina? How did you find it?
The first months since I joined Blick Rothenberg, UK-US tax team was amazing. I settled in remarkably quickly, which is definitely a plus. The team support, encouragement from people around, help on a day-to-day basis, type of work we do, it's been amazing.
Great. Yeah, we definitely had some interesting clients together, didn't we?
Yes, we do.
In week one, I think, definitely thrown into the deep end.
Yes, sometimes it's challenging, but in a good way. You are learning, you're up to some new knowledge, and exposed to a variety of things, which made it great.
Yeah, so I think with that kind of experience, I think support is quite key. Do you feel like you were given the adequate support? Do you feel at times you just had no idea what was going on?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it is the most important thing for me was its opportunity to learn, and definitely feel that I have someone to ask. I have people who is open and encouraging you to ask the question rather than trying to get everything on your own. And it was just brilliant that we are so open-minded here in our department, in UK-US team, that you can ask anyone from junior trainee who's just joined to the partner who you may catch walking in a door, any type of questions, whether it's personal one, whether it's client-related, it's just a chit-chat on some, I don't know, football matches or whatever it come along. Isn't it, Gabriel?
Oh, definitely. I can agree more. And you're completely right. And I would like to take the opportunity to say that dividing the team in bubbles is one of the best ideas that I've ever had in a firm. So well done on you.
I think that's quite unique to our team, where we have specialists, US, UK, whether it's corporate trusts or high net worth individuals.
Definitely.
You can go and lean on support from the other teams if you have questions that maybe not your day-to-day experience. So I remember one of the questions that you had before when you were interviewing was about the training and development.
Yeah,
do you think they've lived up to expectations?
Definitely, yes, because having a kind of a training, sometimes quite a long training every week for a couple of hours, it's actually what a tax preparer or a tax assistant really want to have in their firm. And given that, every time that we are undertaking a training, it's something that we increase our knowledge on a kind of topic. This will help us through our time we are spending here at Blick Rothenberg, because even doesn't matter which is your level of knowledge. When you are in a training, you are 100% inside an environment that it's always up to grow and let tax assistant manager or manager grow themselves. So it's great, yeah.
And you get those CPE credits. So
yeah,
it's
all that we need.
So more on the fun side then, outside of the tax world, I know Blick Rothenberg is quite a large organisation. We've got many teams in different offices. Do you feel like connected to any of the other networks, the ability to know what networks are around, deal more on the social side?
Sorry. I think that the opportunity of a variety of different departments and team in a company is actually amazing. You know that you never are on. You know that any question you have that is outside of your expertise, you have a team who is experienced and knowledgeable, and you can lean on and ask any questions. It's amazing that we can go to different offices for some trainings, and you meet in other people, so you grow in your network, obviously, and it's actually big benefit of have different departments and.
Yeah, especially when you like UK only questions or
yes,
something like that.
Absolutely.
How about you? No, definitely. I mean, having a very constant contact with other people, with other departments, even if it's not work related. We grown up a network, a kind of social network, because you can talk about all of the topics, having fun, going out with social events, and it's definitely fun. I mean, we know that during the pressure or during the deadline rush, we are 100% focusing on what we are doing, but at the same time having a lot of opportunities for us to gather and going out for attending a social event. It's definitely great.
Yeah, so speaking of deadlines, I think you've both had your first US deadline since joining October 17th. How did you find it?
No, it was pretty smooth, I have to say. It was
That's
great.
Good to hear.
No, definitely, because
I'm not paying you.
The system at Blick Rothenberg was very organized for the first deadline here, so I cannot complain.
Good. What about you?
I think we are in type of industry when we have a constant deadlines. Being like dual qualified and dealing with both UK and US tax, it means that through the year you constantly have a deadline. And in such environment, I think the teamwork and being the real team and collaborating with each other it's the main thing. Not to feel overwhelmed, overwork, stress all the time. we have a challenging job with constantly changing legislations, which you need to keep up with, being on the top of things, not to miss anything for our clients. I think the only thing that matter is for us being supportive, respectful to each other, and being kind of encouraging and helping each other through the difficult times someone have. And I think with Blick Rothenberg and our UK-US team, the deadline of 17th of October showed that we actually is that kind of a team who is supportive, who is helpful and caring at the same time.
That's so good to hear. I'm glad. So I think just before the deadline, we had the like peer group socials as well.
Yes.
Do you think that was helpful, being able to connect with your peers, especially when you're both new?
Of course.
Being able to settle in with the team?
We no doubt.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely. And well done on the guys that who organized the social event. Was a very great night. Yes, and to be honest, during this kind of event, you can even chat with managers and having a chat or a discussion about all of the subject, not just work-wise.
Yeah.
And that was great.
Yeah, I think you start to realize that no question is a stupid question.
Yes,
right?
yes, this is what you was always saying to me, that and it's much easier to talk on different subject when you're outside the office. We're trying to be also concentrated and on the top of things. Sometimes you just don't have time. You always through some rush. You want to finish your work and run home or some personal stuff. Sometimes you don't have time to just to have a general chat with your teammates to get to know each other, what knowledge, what interest we have outside of our profession. And variety of social events, going out with the team, quiz nights, so it's make a huge difference to a team building as well, and making this connection between us, so that that someone is good at at some technical stuff, someone is good with Excel, someone is actually doing well in sport, and you have some common grounds with the people, which make it beneficial in terms of deadline and work and collaboration.
Yeah, especially in this flexible working environment now, where in a few days, or you have the ability to work at home if you want to. Do you find the flexible aspect good, challenging?
Yes, very good, I have to say, because having the chance to work from home a couple of days per week allows to people to relax and reflect that the time that we are spending commuting maybe can be invested in other activities, and this is definitely great. I mean, the pandemic changed our world, and maybe forever, who knows, but flexible hours, it's flexible time is great. I'm
a true believer in a flexible working and in agile working, I would say. And I'm really glad that at Blick Rothenberg we have that we have trust from the management, and as long as we do our job well.
And our timesheets.
Yes, and our timesheets. We can work when we want, where we want, and how we want, actually. So we have all this independence and flexibility, which means a lot to your day-to-day and routine life as well, and trying to manage 100 things, including work, your personal life, and other commitments you might have.
Yeah, I think trust is quite important in any team, really,
yes.
But to get things done and to know that you can ask questions and be capable of doing the work in your flexible working environment, I think is quite helpful, isn't it? So has it met your expectations then? Were there any surprises?
No, no surprise at all, and all of the surprise that I have, if I had, was a pleasant surprise. No, it was great. To be honest, as I said, the main point joining Blick Rothenberg was to start being part of kind of trainings and studying for getting my qualification. So everything was great because people are supporting you during this time, basically. So yes, all of this surprise were were great, were pleasant.
Do you feel like you got adequate support with the exam part of it and the training?
Yes.
Have you started any yet?
Well, I've done my qualification for the enrollment agent. The last exam was a couple of months ago.
Hey.
So thank you. And now, yes, I will start in a couple of weeks the ATT preparations.
Yeah, fun times.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think the exams are they're imperative to our job really, but with the IRS shutting down the EA exams for a few years, it's been quite challenging, so I'm glad to hear
Definitely,
that.
yeah. Unfortunately, I got my exam postponed 3 times.
Ouch.
In
Yeah.
2021. Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you? Any surprises? Did it meet expectations?
I'm probably gonna sound like very unoptimistic person, but I think my joining time and this whole process, it's actually exceeded the expectation I had. Yeah, I always wanted that. I always knew that if I ever gonna change the job from my previous company, it's definitely gonna be Blick Rothenberg. I knew a lot about company, about industry. I did my research before joining, as I always do. But the concern I had is that the company itself is going to be very corporate with very strict anti-rules, with a lot of probably micromanagement and with a lot of control and not much of the flexibility of the way you work and how you work. But actually joining from the first week showed me that I was wrong, and it is amazing news. Yeah, it was completely different to what expected. We don't have micromanagement. We have trust from the team, how you do your work, when you do your work, as long as it's getting done, as long as you're communicating with the team, with what is going on. It's nothing like tight and strict industry. We have a right to say if you think something is not working. We have a team and management who hearing you and trying to do their best to implement the changes that can make the team be more comfortable, be yourself, and do our work best. It's amazing people working in our office, professional, super qualified, at the same time very friendly, who's trying to be supportive to the team instead of showing some kind of stress that may come along with hard tasks we all do through our especially deadline season. So yeah,
That's
I'm glad that my expectation was exceeded on this part.
Good. I think it's quite difficult as well because, like, if you were joining as a graduate in a grad scheme, you've got your cohort, you've got your peers to always rely on. Whereas coming to experience higher can be a bit different. But it sounds like you still had the peer-to-peer relationships, you still got the support.
Yeah, it's actually even not the peer-to-peer. You feel easily can ask the question anyone. Yeah. So if I need to ask the question of senior manager or a partner, you just go and ask. So everyone is very open-minded. There is like no blame culture. So there is no stupid question, as a lot of people keep telling to me that you can ask whatever you feel. No one gonna blame you that you don't know something. We all learning something. So then.
No, I was just thinking that one of the great things is that you can even ask to a manager or another person or to the partner who maybe is not your line manager. So it's very enjoyable environment, and this is great.
Yeah, I think the key is trying to be collaborative and drawing on experiences from every member of the team at whatever grade. I think that probably helps with things. Yeah. So then finally, are you happy with your move?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to say yes, I guess.
No. I'm more than happy to say yes. No, because actually it was a great move, a great choice that I've done. Obviously, working in a industry like this put a lot of pressure on you. So what really matters is that you have you are backed by a very nice group with nice people, and here at Blick Rothenberg, I found the perfect situation for working. Yeah.
Perfect. And you,
Yeah, I'm really glad I make a move. It wasn't an easy choice when you're working for a long period in a company. You get used to people, and changing the job is out of your comfort zone. But sometimes it's bringing a lot of benefit, which was in my case. I'm getting everything that I wanted from that change. I'm getting support. I get an opportunity to work with amazing people, the best professionals in our industry, people who is open-minded, people who is supportive, who encourage you to learn professionally and personally, who providing that support, and yeah, overall being just a friendly and easygoing group of us.
Right, well, I can safely say we're very happy to have you guys as well. So I'm glad we're all happy. Well, thank you so much. It's been great hearing your experiences at Blick Rothenberg since joining. I know we're certainly glad to have you on the team. And so I'm glad to hear that it's also been a positive experience for you too. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.